Hi everyone. Yeah. Hi. Happy Faschingsdienstag. Happy Carneval. How's it going, everyone? Also, in case you're wondering what the concept of this stream is, this is pretty much all. That's pretty much all there was. Yeah. I I have a great costume. Wait, I need to show off how great this costume is. There's even a fucking fin, which is not uncomfortable at all while sitting. Yeah. So it is Faschingsdienstag in Austria, or like if you're German and you use the wrong words, then it's Carnival. Well, Carnival. Yeah, the English translation is basically Carnival. It's all the same thing. There's just different names for it, as so many times. So, what is Faschingsdienstag slash Carnival? Well, okay, Carnival I guess is kind of known internationally. Basically, it's everybody. It's like Halloween but wholesome, kinda. Like everybody's wearing costumes and then gets drunk. That's like the two main components. Yeah, so like the difference to Halloween is like the costumes aren't like typically like scary or anything. Yeah, so costumes, shitty music, drinking. Those are like the three elemental parts. So we will leave out the drinking for the stream. Um, the shitty music, I guess we kind of ended with we only do this one song because like most of the other songs are just that shitty that I really don't want to play them or like listen to them. Or like they're the kind of music that you can only listen to when you're like a certain amount of drunk. Yeah, you remind me of the shark from our rivals. I think his name is Jeff. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, I was also considering like should I play any game that has anything to do with sharks, but then I couldn't. I could only think of one, and didn't want to play that one. Also, I was thinking of Marvel Rivals as well because of that one. Wait, why is the ISO off center? Up, up, up. Yeah, but like I've never played Marvel Rivals, and yeah, didn't feel like forced for this just for this joke. Also, I don't know if you even have him like unlocked from the start or something. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, the typical music for Carnival is like really shitty music that you can only listen to like above a certain amount of drunkenness. Yeah. Um since we are skipping the drinking, I figured we also skip most of the shitty music. Maybe I can find some music that's like in the middle. That's like tolerable but like would also be acceptable there. Like this song is very much a song you could hear there. Um but yeah, it's also like a normal song mostly. But like if I search for like carnival music, then GG's. And like it's just objectively terribly. Objectively, what the fuck am I saying? Objectively terrible. It's like the same thing as après ski music. And yeah. Also Pancake Day, Chinese New Year, and you are celebrating Carnival. Wouldn't even know it if not for your stream. Yeah, like in Austria, it's Faschingsdienstag. So like Carnival for Tuesday. Because like there's like Fasching slash I think Carnival is the same thing. Like I think it's literally the same thing, just a different word. Um, and it's like a time span technically. Whoops, that's going from like November or something all the way to like the peak, which is Faschingsdienstag, which is today. Um, like this is the peak. This is where like all of the parties are and stuff. And then tomorrow is like Aschermittwoch, which is like a Christian thing, which means okay, from now on, all party is over. Nothing is allowed anymore. You are not allowed to have fun because I don't know Christianity, something like that. So like I think this is coming from like in total coming from a like Christian thing. I'm pretty sure this is coming from a Christian, and like yeah, something about the Christian year. I don't know. Not sure about the specifics. But yeah. Mm, wait, there are some songs that could be okay. Wait, let's see. I feel like SDP would be something that could be listened to there. Also, like, wasn't Chinese New Year a couple of days ago? Wasn't that Valentine's Day or something? Or something? I think that was a couple of days ago, wasn't it? Wait, let me Google. Chinese New Year. It's February 17 to March. Oh wait, it is today. To March 3rd. This is like a 2-week thing. Interesting. So like it starts today. Today. Damn. I think that's a coincidence. I don't think those things are related. But like that's cool. A lot of things happening today. Pancake Day as well. Honestly, Pancake Day, the first time I heard about that was last year. But that is a good segue to the next thing, because I've planned one more thing. So, yeah, the first time I heard of Pancake Day was like last year, because Perry did like a special stream about that and like was making pancakes or something. But so, as I was saying, like there's a couple of things that are elementary for Fasching Dienstag. Most of them are just like, drinking related and stuff. But there's one thing that's traditionally eaten on Faschingsdienstag, which, oh my god, I didn't notice that there's a train there. This is so much better. Which is a Krapfen. Like in this case, a Marille Krapfen, which is, oh god, is Marille apricot? Wait. I think it is. But it's hard to translate because like it's an Austrian word that the Germans have a different word for. Wait, where is German? Apricot, yes. So, yeah, Krapfen. And like that's like traditionally eaten on like Faschingsdienstag, and like you know there's if you're at a like Faschings party, then like that's something you will see there. So, and like that's kind of what it is. And there's like apricot jam in there. And this combines two things that I quite hate. First, eating on stream. Second, getting my hands dirty with and like then touching the setup. But in this case, because there's like a tray, at least the second one doesn't apply. Right. Unless I fuck it up. Yeah. Also, it was surprisingly hard to find like vegan ones of those. Well, okay, not that hard. Like I had to go to like a chain bakery thing, because like for normal bakeries, like usually in the dough there's like milk and egg. But like the bigger problem is that they are typically like fried in like pig fat or something like that. Like, or traditionally, I don't know if that's like the typical case anymore, but like traditionally they are fried in pig fat. So I was quite happy that I was able to find a vegan one of those. And like I hope you appreciate it. I specifically went shopping today just to buy this, and also like some like blue makeup and like white eyeliner, which is entirely pointless because you can't really see it anyways. Yeah. But yes, so like this is what you would eat there, like at a Faschings party. And that brings me to like an important point. So I'm currently in Vienna. And the thing is, any tiniest town has like huge Faschings parties and like parades and everything. I have to think how to translate. Today is gonna be one of those days where like every second sentence I have to think of how to translate something. Yeah. So like every tiny town has like parades where like all of the different clubs have have their own parade thingy. You went outside, it should be a celebration. Yes. Yeah. It's like I hope you appreciate the effort that I put into this. I did want to go buy something to eat. Ah, fuck. No. And now there's jam everywhere. Or jelly. Wait, was jam or jelly the British? Jam and jelly are the same thing, right? But like one of them is British and one of them American, right? I don't remember. Yeah, something like that. But yes, there's like jam / jelly in there and like tasty. And yeah, I specifically had to go quite a distance to get that. Jam is British, jelly is American. Ah. I'm gonna be honest, jam is the better word there. Peanut butter, yeah, I should have figured that from like peanut butter jelly sandwiches, which are like quite an American thing. So like that makes sense. Okay. British jelly is pudding for a lot of countries. Ah. Oh yeah, right. I heard of that. I completely forgot about it. Yeah. Cool. I should probably like queue up a couple more songs. Or like finish any of the sentences I started. Actually, wait. Which? Okay, let's queue up some terrible music. Like it's just part. Yeah. Okay. You know how I said like a minute ago that we'll save ourselves the terrible music? Yeah, no, I just queued up DJs. Well, DJs is like on the scale of terrible music, he's like not far from the peak. So why are you not going to a parade or carnival? Good point. That's the story I was going to tell. So every shitty tiniest town has like a parade, and like all of the clubs have their own like trucks or whatever that they decorate stuff and like, you know, have themed costumes and stuff, and then they parade and everybody gets drunk and stuff. But the thing is, in Vienna, nothing happens. Like this is very much city versus landside kind of thing. Because like in every tiniest town, huge party. Vienna, fuck all. Literally nothing. When I went to buy this, like I was at, like to get this, I was at a major like traffic hub. Because like I needed to buy it from like a chain bakery thing. Because that's where there were like vegan versions. And I didn't see a singular, I didn't see a singular civilian in costume. Nobody was wearing costume. To be fair, me neither, because I didn't want to get this dirty. But like the only 2 costumes I saw were the people at the bakery selling this. So like I feel like that doesn't quite count. Like nobody else, tons of people everywhere, nobody else was wearing costume. And the most tragic one was that on the way back, like a school class was walking by that was like apparently like, I don't know, going somewhere. But like an entire school class on Carnival Day, not a single costume. Teachers, not a single costume. What the fuck? This is, no, that's just wrong. So yeah, Vienna just is doing it wrong. Like, I literally googled if there's like anything going on in Vienna today, like some big organized thing. Because, you know, coming from a small town, you would assume, oh my god, in Vienna they have to have like a huge thing, a huge parade with like, I don't know, thousands of clubs going down like Marie-Hilfer-Straße or like past the Stephansdom, or, you know, at some of the like, you know, big like pedestrian zones or something, presumably. There would be a parade, or that's just what you would assume. Nothing. There's literally nothing going on in Vienna. Nobody's wearing costumes. What the fuck? It's like that wouldn't exist. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was something I wanted to prepare. Oh shit. So there is something I wanted to prepare, which is my costume from last year where I was at the parade. Because I wasn't sure whether I want to show that off on stream or not. So let's just say this is a thing. Let's say this is a reward. If chat behaves, then I'll show it, otherwise not. How do I share this to my laptop? I wanna know. Wait, can I? Oh wait, I can crop this more so that I'm doxing myself less. I like this, it'll be fine. So this could be literally anywhere in Austria. Okay, where's here? Share to my laptop. Here. Hey, baby. Yeah. So if chat behaves for a while, I will consider showing you what my costume last year was. I will just say, it is worth. I was not just wearing like a onesie, like some animal onesie like this year. Last year I had a proper costume. With a funny story attached to it. Oh. Okay. Food's gone and I managed to eat it without making my hands dirty. Amazing. But yeah, it is kind of a tragedy that, like, I don't know, it feels like Carnival Day thingy is kind of dying off, but like that might just be, well, no, I don't think it's dying off. I think it's just not a thing in Vienna. It's a thing everywhere else, but not in Vienna for some reason. Which is weird. Is the reason Vienna aren't doing parades because they did them on the weekend? That could be, many places are doing them, but I'm pretty sure there aren't any. Okay, I might be wrong. But like, no, okay. So I just googled like Carnival Parade Vienna, and it said like on 8th of February, so like more than a week ago, there was a big event in the Plata. So like the big like tourist thingy. But like that seems to be like very kids targeted. And it's also like, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, that was also. Okay, I might be wrong. Wait. Oh, that was also. No, wait, that was that today? Wait, let me check. That's also weekend. Okay, it could just be that things are happening in the weekend. Okay, maybe my whole rant was just wrong. But like, there was nothing today as far as I'm aware, which is kind of weird. Okay, that's a day ago. Wait, what? 2nd of March? Oh wait, that's 2019. There's a video from 2 days ago. Don't know when, but uploaded 2 days ago. Okay. Okay, so I'm just spreading misinformation. So apparently there was a parade. Is that Well, Hilferstadt? No, Enkblad. So like that's in the 11th district, I think. Oh. Ah, okay. Yeah. So, okay, so I was just talking shit. I guess it just was on the weekend. Okay, also my... Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so basically you can imagine like people on either side, and then in the middle there's just people like driving like weird shit. Yeah, that's the typical setup. Like a tractor in the beginning, and then like they're just pulling a trailer. Oh, we've got a flex screen. Oh, my bad. Why? Okay. Can we fix that? Why's that? Oh, right, because I did fuck the thing up. Give me a sec. Because I changed the thing, because we were playing a game on the streaming PC last time, so instead of showing a laptop screen, I was showing the game. Now the only question is, where the fuck is the thing? Huh? So, game capture, laptop screen. There we go. And yeah, so that's the typical setup. You have a tractor at the beginning, and then like they're pulling a trailer that they built something on top of. And yeah, loud weird music, and you know, stuff like that. Okay, so it seems I just missed it. Yeah, but there still I would have assumed that things are happening today. Yeah, I missed it and then complained that it didn't happen. Yes, which is also a very Austrian thing to do. I was just wrong, and then I was mad about what I was wrong about. But still, like other cities are doing it today. Actually, I don't know. Well, I've heard some other. Okay, I might just totally be wrong, because like some small towns that I've heard about were already doing it a couple of days ago. So like on the weekend. Which makes sense. You would like to do that on the weekend. But I do remember at some point I was at school, and then after school I was going to a parade in that city. So that would have been on the Tuesday. Okay, so maybe some cities are doing it on Tuesdays and others are doing it on the weekend. Okay. But anyways, the point about the parades, I got proven wrong. The point about nothing happening today still stands, because you would still assume that people, you know, just go to school or go to work or something in costume. Okay, like I feel like that was way more common like outside of Vienna. Like as I said, I didn't see a singular costume except for the bakery that was selling the Klappen. I don't know. It just feels weird. But yes, I feel like there was other things I wanted to say. Yeah, I didn't really think too much about what we will do at the stream. I was just like, oh, I have an excuse to wear a costume on stream. Also, I could have saved about $10 if I wasn't so lazy, because I bought this off of Amazon because I realized on Saturday, wait, that's this upcoming Tuesday, so like I need to get something delivered quickly. And like if this is obviously just some shit that somebody bought off of Temu and then like, you know, resold on Amazon for $10 more. So like I could have skipped the middleman and just bought it off Temu. Yeah. If I weren't that lazy and like was looking forward in time. Carnival, yes. Today is like Carnival Tuesday thingy. I never know. Should I like translate it or just say Faschingsdienstag? But like also there's like so many different names. So I don't know. I'll just keep saying Carnival. Yes. Also, a point that I forgot to make. Fuck. I bought a prop and then I've eaten the prop without roasting people. Fuck. God damn. Let's just pretend I still have it. Better question, what's the outfit? The outfit is shark. Shark. A tiny little shark. Yeah. So if you missed the like 10 minutes ago or something, I forgot to talk about the thing while I was eating it. So let me pull up an image. These things. Fluffy shark. Yes, the costume is very fluffy and also very warm. Yes. Oh, clips channel. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course that got clipped. Yeah. But yeah, basically, these things on screen now. Those are called Krapfen. They are not called Pfannkuchen. They are not called Berliner. They are called Krapfen. Austria got it right. And as always, when it comes to naming anything, Germany just has it wrong, except for like Bavaria. And there might be like one other part of Germany or something. But like, it's the same thing as always. Austria got the correct word, and then the Germans argue about what the correct word is, and the Bavarians agree with the Austrians, and the rest kind of split up into like 5 different ones. Let's just accept that Krapfen is the right word, and everybody else is wrong. That's just how it works. Typically, when there's a dispute about who has the right word, it's always Austria. It sounds like invading talk. No. If anything. No, I will just not say anything. If anything, I want to distance myself more from Germany. Because they just don't. They are calling it German, but they don't speak it. They just pretend they speak German, and they say, "Oh, but it's named after our country." Fuck off! You speak it wrong. Marille. It's a Marillenkrapfen, not an apricot Berliner or Aprikosen Pfannkuchen. I'm kind of mixing languages here, but like still, Marillenkrapfen. GG's. We got it right. There's so many different names for them, and as always, yeah. As always, Austria got it right, and everybody, all the northern German parts are just wrong. Wait, actually, how is it like geographically? Okay, so I got a presumably very scientific thing here. So, as I said, Austria's got it right. Krapfen, or like Faschingskrapfen, I guess Faschingskrapfen, but like Faschingskrapfen is like specifically if you eat it on like Fasching. But like I think they're available year round, but like just very common in Fasching. And like as I said, Austria got it right, Bavaria got it right, and then the rest is like, why do they call it Berliner? No, what the fuck is a Krepper? And then like Berlin and other ones were like, oh, we can't call it Berliner because we are Berlin, so they're calling it Pfannkuchen. That's not a Pfannkuchen. A Pfannkuchen is, well, Pfannkuchen is a useless word because everything that the Germans, there's like 4 different things that the Germans call Pfannkuchen, and all of them are wrong. Literally all of them. There's Krapfen, as we have established. There's Palatschinken, which could also be Pfannkuchen. And something else. I think there was something else. Yeet. Oh, damn. Thanks for the watch stream. I didn't know I had watch streams. I thought those were like exclusive to like, I don't know, specific people. Well, thanks for showing me that I have watch streams on this stream. Yeah. So wait, let me Google. All the how the fuck do I Google? How the fuck do I Google all of the things that are called that? This might be a thing that I need to ask ChatGPT. Okay, I'm sorry. So that's probably like not the right thing, but like, okay, the first one, Palatschinken. Yeah, I guess like people call that Pfannkuchen, but that's bullshit. Scandinavia, some blood thingy. Okay, those might actually be fun. Dropped scones. What? Or scones. Ayaku. What? Yeah, those. That's just the cut up thing. Okay, no, that article is terrible. Okay, I think it's time to ask GPT. The highest at the moment is 109 on one stream. Damn, 109 is... That is impressive. Like, even considering that there's now, like, mechanics to save your watch streak, like watching a clip of a stream that you missed counts as keeping it up and stuff. Even though that, like, that's impressive. Damn. So, time to ask GPT. So, like, crab kind of thingies. Okay, like what we call Palatschinken, so like we got the right thing there. Krapfen, also Kartoffelpuffer? Like potato, what are they called? I had 2 of 100 plus, but missed one somehow. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. But like, fuck, what are those called again? Potato pancakes? What? No. There's a better name for these things than... There's a better name for these things in English than potato pancakes. Wasn't it hash browns? I think those are hash browns, no? Right. That's just that thing, right? Yeah, potatoes. Yeah, that's just that. Yeah, hash browns is the word for that, not fucking potato pancakes. Who the fuck calls that potato pancakes? But yeah, I guess some people might. Okay, but like mostly, basically, you can't say, oh no, the correct word is Pfannkuchen, because Pfannkuchen means different things. Krapfen and what was the other one? Palatschinken. Not Pfannkuchen. Because if you say Pfannkuchen, you could either mean a thin fucking thing that you put stuff on top of, or like a huge thing that is filled with jam. It doesn't make sense. Fuck off, Germany. Learn your language. Yeah. That was another thing like that I wanted to rant about. Yeah. Fucking bread and semmeln. So, okay, while I'm ranting about the Germans, wait, I'm in this. While I'm ranting about the Germans, I could just go to the kitchen and grab an example, but this is bread called Brot in German, both in Austria and in Germany. It's bread. It's like, you know, dark brown, and then in the middle, like light brown, fluffy. You can, you know, fluffy with some crust, very tasty. Now, I will just show you the image, trying not to spoil you. Would you say that that is a small bread? Would you say that this and this are the same thing? Would you give that the same name? Like this, you know, with a crust, and then like in the inside it's soft, and like a big thing that you need to like slice, and like you eat slices, you don't like just bite into the thing. Would you say that this thing that is like soft all around, or like, you know, maybe a tiny bit, nah, I would say soft all around. Would you say that this is the same thing as this? No, it isn't. This is Brot. This is Semmel. Because the Germans get it wrong. They call this Brötchen, which means small bread. This is not the same thing. Don't use the same word for things that are different. Makes it confusing. If you tell me, like, you want a Brötchen, I will give you, like, one of these. It's bread, but small. Fuck off. So, okay, ranting about the Germans, done. What else do we have to do today? I feel like that's my quota for, like, insulting the Germans for the week done. Was there something else I wanted to annoy them about? I mean, there's many things that Germany calls different than Austria, but like those are just the most outrageous ones. The other ones are just like, okay, they call it Aprikose versus Marille. They call it Quark versus Topfen. Okay, fair enough. You call it a different thing. But if you use the same word to describe two entirely different things, and then say, no, you actually got it right, then fuck off. No, you don't got it right. That's bullshit. Oh, that tea is hot. So, right. Anything else I wanted to? Okay. Wait, am I? So, I'm in the scene now. So, do I want to show my costume from last year? It is really funny. It is really funny, but it will forever curse me if I do show it off. Because as soon as I show that off, yeah, it will be on the internet. Someone will clip that. That's not going away. So, well, okay. Let me first talk about more about like things that are like happening on like Faschingsdienstag. Like Faschingsdienstag is like one of those things that aren't like an official holiday, but like they might as well be. Also, should I like do the hood like so that you can't even see my face, or like just like this? Wait, which direction? Ah, this direction. Yeah, I think this is perfect. I keep forgetting that it's not mirrored. Sorry. Yeah. Not what they are. Not mirrored. So. Yeah. So so like Carnival is like a weird thing where it's like it's not an official holiday in Austria, but like it's kind of like a day that's less serious. So like if you're in school, like school will still happen, but there might not be like regular lessons and stuff, like regular classes. Well, there will be, but like there might be something special happening. So like in middle school, I think high school was just normal classes mostly, wasn't it? I don't remember that much, but I think high school was just normal classes. But like in middle school, in the middle school I went to, at least, like we did always have like a special thing, which namely, imagine TikTok, but as a like live contest thing. So it was called the Playback Show, and like the concept was like all of the classes in the entire school were allowed to like submit entries, and like typically like each class had like their own like class entry, but like you could also like say, oh, me and my friend group want to have like our own entry and like do something different. And basically it was just like music was playing and you were like pretending to be singing and like choreographing and doing weird shit. And that was always like really fun because it was like a proper like moderated thing. Like one teacher was always like moderating the entire thing. And like, you know, making it a show and like, you know, super nice. Always fun. All of the teachers were always like dressed up in like one theme, I think they always had like one theme that all of the teachers like followed. Like one year they were like military and everybody had like military uniform, which is weird for for teachers, but like, you know, because it seems like very strict and suddenly if all of the teachers have military uniforms. But like, you know, they had some theme. I can't remember what the other themes were while I was in middle school. I don't remember. But yeah, that was always like really fun. And like one year, me and a couple of friends did the thing where like, you know, our class had their entry and then like we also said, oh no, we want like as our friend group to have an entry. And that was really hilarious. I will not go too much into detail. Now I would say I will show you the video one day because there is video evidence. But first of all, I do not have the video, so I would have had to ask someone for it, and also I would have to like ask the other people if it's fine for me to show it on stream. Because believe it or not, I was not the one. I am not the one who has most to lose off of that video, off of that video's existence. Like I wasn't the one who was behaving the weirdest in that. Yeah. But it is. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if you remind me next year, then I will ask like my friends. Well, I don't have contact to one of them, so I might have to edit them out as good as possible. But yeah. Like nothing tragic. Just like, you know, lives went different paths, so I kind of lost contact to them. But yeah, I might ask for next year. Like first of all, the person that has the video, and second of all, the other person that is also in there. Like if it's fine to show on stream. We have seen your mod. We know you aren't the weirdest friend. First of all, okay, fair. Second of all, that mod is nothing compared to what is going on in that video. Nothing. Like literally nothing could prepare you for what's going on in that video. I'll give you a year to mentally prepare to see that. And like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if my friends will say yes, show that video. like my friends don't really give a fuck. But like that, it is a weird thing. But yeah, I think even if the two people said yes, then I would probably edit out the fourth person. Just because I don't have any way to contact them to ask them. Also, it would be weird to like, you know, after a lot of years, like not having contact to them, to just tell them, hey, I'm streaming on Twitch. Is it fine if I show that super old clip of you? That would be weird coming out of the blue. Like imagine someone from your middle school that you haven't. I'll just ask a DreamHack. Okay. That's an idea. Remind me to ask the person who has the video to send it to me. I will. Okay, we can do that. I can show you that. I like on stream with video evidence, staying on the internet, that, you know, bit dodgy. But yes, even if the two people say yes, then I would have to like edit it a lot to like get rid of the fourth person, because I don't really have an easy way to ask them if it's okay. And like, even if I had an easy way, it would be kind of awkward to just be like, hey, I know we haven't. Well, I did talk to them last year at a thing, like briefly. But like, oh, we didn't really have contact for like 10 years. Is it fine if I show that one really awkward video of you on the internet and it stays there forever? But yeah, that would be weird. Anyways, I feel like stream has been reasonably behaved today so far. Would anyone like to see my costume from last year? There is a bit of a story to it. Oh yeah, and also to finish off the story of that questionable video, like, we were second in the contest, and we all are like very convinced, because like the people rating the entries, like, it is a contest, and like the winner class gets like a trophy and some sweets, and we are to this day convinced that the reason we didn't get first was, welcome in, Smithy Verben. I think this. Yeah, I'm in the middle of an interesting story. Yeah, so we think the reason we didn't win the contest that year was that the winner team always was photographed and like put into like some local newspaper or something, and we were thinking, yeah, the reason we got second place was because there was no way they were gonna put us. You know, it would be a weird look for the school to have like, oh, the school had a contest and this is the team that won. You're really hyping this costume like it is wild, but you wore it in public. Okay, yeah. So like the costume, like the contest thing, like, you know, it is in public, and you know, but like it is in the middle school and weird. Yeah, I am probably I'm probably overselling it, but still, it was very fun. But yes, we basically said, okay, they had to give it to someone else because they didn't want to have like that as like the image kind of thing. Anyways, my costume for last year. So there's a bit of a story here. So last year, like, my mom was like taking part in like local like carnival parade thing, because she's like part of like one of the clubs in our town, and basically she said, yeah, we've got a costume left over, would you like to join? Like, I'm not part of the thing, but like I've, you know, had touching points, like, because multiple people in my family were part in the thing, and like I also like hung out there a bunch, but like I don't have anything to do with that yeah, with the club. And so basically she was like, oh, we've got a costume left over and like nobody to wear that, would you like to join? And I was like, I don't have anything to do, would be fun, gives me a reason to go there, why not? You know, other people would have asked what the costume is before saying yes. I am not other people. Yeah. So, yeah, the theme was like Western, and you know, all of the dudes with their like, you know, Western and like cowboy hats and stuff. And then, you know, that was my costume. Now, Somehow this keeps happening. This is like a recurring theme. It reminds me of Dune. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. But yeah. If every time I've gotten the female costume out of nowhere, I would have gotten a penny. I would have 2 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Maybe your mom is trying to tell you something. Maybe. Yeah. And you know what the worst part about this is? Okay, first of all, like it was still like really fun. And like, you know, running around in this costume and like just going up to people I haven't talked to in like 10 years or something. Like with the thing up and then like tapping them on the shoulder, and as soon as they turn around being like, oh hi, it's me. Was really funny. But yes, that was still like a very fun thing, like overall. And that, like, my main issue with that was that like the other female costumes were like really cool and this one is not. Like they were like, you know, in black and red, like, so like a cool color scheme that I really would like, and then there was just a blue one. Yeah. Also, there's like this blanket thingy here, the white thing that I had like over my shoulders, and that just I kept losing that thing. Like I lost it so many times in that afternoon. Also, that was like end of February or something, like around the time as it is this year. So like it was really cold that day, and yeah. But that was fun. Although I did paint my nails black and red there apparently. Why red? Yeah, I mean I don't have a blue one, I guess. Why then blue would have stayed there? I don't know. But yes, that keeps happening. So that was my costume from last year. And like, to be fair, my mom did tell me, yeah, it is a dress. And, you know, it's a really like long dress, and like all of the women in the club are like too short for the dress. And I was like, okay, I guess. You know, why the fuck not? It is fun. Yeah. That was also like other fun stories from there. So, as I was saying, the parades are like, you know, every club has their own like truck thingy, and then like just drives down the street and people to the sides and stuff, you know, typical parade things. And like everybody's getting drunk. And so like after the parade is done, there's just like stands everywhere where you can like drink. Long dress is probably better than a miniskirt. Yes, definitely is. Especially considering that, like, you know, you're up in the air. Like, you know, if you're on the trailer of like a tractor and like there's decorations and everything, you're like, people are looking up to you. Probably not the best way to have a miniskirt there. Yeah. So like the thing is, you know, all the trailers go past, and then afterwards, you know, all the trailers park, and then there's like stands for like drinks everywhere. And so I was just like walking around talking to people I haven't talked to in a long time, and you know, drinking with them. And that was a funny thing that happened there. So one of the people, okay, let me think of how do I tell this story, in which chronological direction does it make sense? Yeah, so I was just like going around talking to different people, and like, you know, looking at all of the different trailers as well, because like if you're on the trailer, then you don't see all of the other trailers. So I was like walking like up and down the street and everything, and like looking at all the different trailers and all the different costumes, and like seeing who of my friends were there, and you know, just all around having a good time. And then like at some point I was like, you know, chatting to someone I, you know, haven't talked to in, you know, long time. And then their sibling was like the sibling of the person I was talking to at the moment was also like part of the club that my mom is part of. And like our club also had like, or like our club, like the club my mom is part of also had like a stand for like drinks and stuff. And the thing is like it, because it's like clubs thing, is it's always like, you know, voluntarily, like the people behind the bar are just like members of the club, and they are kind of like rotating through, so like everybody gets to have a party and everybody has to do stuff every now and then. But the thing is I'm not part of the club, so it, yeah. So like I was talking to a person, and then like the sibling came up and like joined in chatting, and like that sibling was part of that club. And eventually they like turned to me and said, oh, let's go down to like the stand of like that club. And I was like, okay, fair enough, I guess we're going there now. Yeah, and just followed them, and we were going down to the stand. And then and then they just like gently nudged me towards like standing behind the stand, and I was like, why? Because like at that point nobody was like at that stand anymore, because like everybody moved on to like different parts of the thing, because it was like, you know, first, you know, you have the parade, then the stands besides it, and then like later on everybody moves to like a different big party that's somewhere else. And so like we were already at the time where like everybody started to move, and so like literally nobody was at the stand, and there was like 3 people or something like working at the stand, and they like kindly nudged me like, go work. And I was like, this is pointless, no? And then just wandered off. Like really quickly, because like there was no reason for me to be there. Okay, multiple points. There was no reason for me to be there. I shouldn't be there because I'm not part of the club. No people were there anymore. I was getting cold because it was like February, and like I think I only had like a t-shirt below that. So like I was getting cold, so I like went home to like get changed. All in all, it was just like they were nudging me behind there, and I was like, no, and just walked off. Yeah. So like I just went home, and like, you know, I went home to get changed into like a onesie like this or something, and like, you know, have a sweater below so it's not as cold, or like have a jacket. Did I want to have? It doesn't matter, because what I did in the end was I stayed at home, because I was like, nah, I can't be bothered to go to like the like after the big party afterwards. I was like, nah, that's just gonna be noisy, and I can't be bothered anymore. So social battery run out. Nah, can't be bothered. Not happening. And then I just stayed home. Yeah, so that was my experience last year. Wait, there was something I wanted to check for stream, because I'm not. Wait, did I do that? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Because yeah, I was like, did I then go and stream? But no, I did not. Because for some reason I was like, oh, maybe I like stayed home and streamed or something. Yeah, I did not. Yeah. So, do I have any other funny carnival stories? I definitely can't tell that one. With if I were to tell that one, then I wouldn't tell it. I would ask the person to tell it, because it's someone else's story. And I don't think that's the thing that we're gonna do today. Especially because I didn't ask the person. Oh, do I have any other ones? I remember like a couple years ago. Um, hello. I, I wanted to disagree because like we don't really say hello in Austria, but like I don't think is there anything we say? Do we say hello? Wait, now I'm not sure. I think there is a thing that we say. Because oh yeah, there's oh anyways, welcome in, Luke. You already missed the part where I was ranting about how Germans got literally everything about this wrong. Like every aspect of this entire thing. Yeah. So there is a thing in Austria, like leading up to Faschingsdienstag, like there is like a thing called Villacher Fasching, which is like in the city of Villach. There's like a thing where like all of the where like a lot of comedians go and like just do comedy stuff, and it's like a big like Faschings like celebration thing. I'm not sure about like when this is recorded, if that's just like one thing that's happening on like Faschingsdienstag or something, and then it's just rebroadcasted over and over again the following years. But I think it might just be like a multi-week celebration thing. And then like every week you see one of them in like national television. It's the first and last time I said hello this year. It's not my thing. That is very much fair. I did also start out the stream with like some appropriate music for the day, but then I quickly gave up. I mean, I could queue up some more, but I don't really know. I don't have like a collection of those. I guess that could work. Do that kind of. But yeah, most of the music around this festival is just like you can't listen to it below a certain threshold of alcohol. I'm watching from a new PC, which is running surprisingly fine. Hey, nice, amazing. So, did you like benchmark it already? Is it like nice? Because like the specs you sent were like really good. How? Wait, I don't think if I wait, did I ask? How much of an upgrade is it compared to like your old one? I was a bit worried something wouldn't work before I built it. There's always something that goes wrong, to be fair. Well, okay, that sounds like not that much of an upgrade. Went from 1070 to 5080. Okay, never mind. That is a big upgrade. Right upgrade. Yeah, you did mention the 1070, but I wasn't sure if there was like a step between there. Yeah, I do remember you did say that. Yeah. Yes. Where was I? Yes, but like there's Villacher Fasching, which is just like some comedians, typically like comedians in like costumes, who do like stand-up comedy routine thing is to a room full of drunk people, and then that gets broadcasted like every week on national TV leading up to Faschingsdienstag. And they do yell something in between the things all the time. But I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it was hello. Wait, let me ask our good friend GPT. Lai lai. Right. Lai lai is the thing we say. So once again, the thing that the Germans got wrong. Yeah. I remember. That was it. CPU went from 6,006. Oh, okay. So that is quite the upgrade. Yeah. OPC was 9 years old. Ah. So sounds like the old one was virtually the same as the one I have at my mom's. Yeah. Nice. Cool upgrade. Nice that everything works. First AMD CPU since I had an Athlon XP ages ago. Oh my god, Athlon is That is quite some years ago. Epsilon XP. Yeah. I don't remember how many. I just remember that it is like in my mind in the before times. Like everything else was Intel. Fair. Like my mind basically goes everything that isn't like a 4 or 5 digit number is old. Pretty much. Because like Intel has their like 1,000 something, or by now they're in the 10,000s. And then like AMD is kind of the same system. So yeah. And like it feels like they started doing that in like 2010-ish. Something like that. So like everything that doesn't follow that, I just immediately assume that it's old. Even if it might not be. Because like Pentiums and stuff like that don't follow that naming scheme. And I think Pentiums are still a thing? I'm not sure. Or are Pentiums just really old, or like are there still like a second line of CPUs that is just less like not made for it? I don't know. There is like other secondary lines of CPUs that don't follow that naming scheme. Like Xeons also still exist. I haven't heard the name Pentium. Did they stop that line? But like there's different mid-range launched discontinued 2023. Okay, so it until recently it was still a thing. Yeah, but like there are like some minor lines for like, you know, work PCs and stuff that don't need the bare minimum of stuff like that. They still exist. Yeah. So like they weird things that don't follow the name scheme do exist, but like, you know, I still always assume that they are like ancient. Yeah. Anyways, back to the Germans get the names of everything wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for repeating myself already, but like I do, now that we have a German in, I do feel the need to repeat. I will just ask you. I will just show you pictures, and you will then tell me what you would call this. So, first of all, Fasching versus Carneval. How do people pronounce PayPal in your country? Wrong. Because it's, yeah, most people say PayPal, but like it's PayPal. Pal, like friend. Yeah. Yeah. When I don't consciously think of how to pronounce it, then I do also pronounce it wrong because I just, you know, grew up with it. Yeah. People in Austria say PayPal, not PayPal. Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, first question. So like I do, you know, Fasching versus Carnival, I do accept that, you know, that's weird because like the German word Carnival and like the English Carnival, you know, those are the same and like it's the same thing. So like I do accept that saying Fasching is weird. Now, what are those called? What are those called? Klepper. Oh. I think you just doxed yourself a little there. Damn. Yeah. So I know that we did pull up a map of that before. Like we did pull up we did pull up this map before. What the fuck? Huh? Can you like not do that? Open image. There you go. So, oh my god, why is it so tiny? Why is it? Give me a sec. So, there we go. It's no secret that I'm from the Frankfurt region. Okay, fair enough. Okay, then it's fine. So, here's the thing. Most of Germany says Berliner, which is wrong. Then like people around Berlin are like, we can't call it Berliner because like we are that's us. We are Berliner. We can't call a food after ourselves. So they say Pfannkuchen, which is even more wrong. Then, as I said, Krepper is a weird one. Barely anybody calls it that. And then Krapfen is the right one. And as with so many other words, Austria got it right. Bavaria agrees with Austria, and the rest of Germany just doesn't know what they're doing. Like, what's this? Why is there 3 different words? And 2 of them are just like objectively wrong. Who spells Krepper with E? This page, apparently. I guess there's also different ways to write it, which also makes it wrong, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. The reason why Pfannkuchen is like the worst one of those is because Pfannkuchen might mean this thing, or it could also mean this thing. That's also a Pfannkuchen. Yeah, pancake. But like, that's not a pancake. Like, what about this makes you think? Yes, this is a cake baked in a pan. That's no. Yeah. Also, like, if you have the same word for multiple things that are like very different, and there's other words for it, like Krapfen and Palatschinke, then just use those. Yeah. So, as I was saying, Krapfen, Palatschinke. This one. Does this look like a small bread to you? Because it's a semmer, not a small bread. I've heard English-speaking people refer to it as a type of donut. That is somewhat fair, I would assume. Because like there's like cream donuts that are pretty much the same thing, aren't they? They're very similar. Brötchen, that's the only correct answer. Does that look like this? No, it doesn't. If you say Brötchen, if you ask me for a Brötchen, I will give you a thing like this. A small Brot. I will give you a small bread if you ask me for a Brötchen. I will, you know, is there a better image somewhere? Not really. Because that is a thing that exists. There's like bread, and then there's like smaller breads. That is a thing that exists, and that is the logical, like this thing. There's a bread, there's a Brötchen. This makes sense. This is a Brötchen. This needs a different name, because it's not the same thing. It has different use cases. Not the same thing. Don't call it the same thing. It's a semmer. So, any more questions? I think was that all of the rants that I was going on? I'm sure there's a Hessen word for it too, but everyone usually says Brötchen. No, the other one is a small bread. No. A semmel has entirely different use cases than bread. A bread is a thing where you take a slice and you put, you know, butter on top of it, maybe some sausage, maybe some cheese or something. Semmer is a thing that, you know, it's a sandwich basically. You cut it, you cut between it, you put stuff in, you put the top on. Semmer, Leberkässemmer, Schnitzelsemmer, Put in there whatever the fuck you want. It's a hammer. So you have a total of 2 examples to prove your thesis. Well, my thesis was that the Germans are wrong about what they call things in those 2 examples. So yes, I have 2 examples. Semmel is just Bavaria. As I was saying, Austria has it correct, and Bavaria agrees with Austria, so they are also correct. And the rest of Germany just doesn't agree with each other, and I don't know, constantly gets everything wrong. If you can't even agree with the rest of your country on what things are called, then your names are shit, and you need to just accept the outside opinion of the people who are correct. That's how it goes. So, what do you call a Frankfurter sausage? Okay, that one is just doesn't make sense. Stop calling things after locations. That's just stupid. Like, why are people in Vienna calling it Frankfurter and people in Frankfurt calling it Vienna sausage? Yeah, that one is just stupid. What do you call a hamburger? Well, it's a burger out of ham, except it is not out of ham. It's usually beef. Yeah, we also call it hamburger. Is there a different one that I'm not aware of? It's just burger. Yeah, calling things after place. I'm pretty wait, wasn't the story like even weirder than just being named after Hamburg? I don't remember. Because I'm pretty sure like even the first ones were also out of beef, so it wasn't like, you know, named after the thing inside. Because that would make sense. If it was made from pork, from like ham, then calling it hamburger would make sense. Not Fleischpflanzensemmer? I have never heard of that. Is that a thing that people say? Is that a thing? That is a thing that people say. I have never heard of that before. Also, all of the links end with .de. I'm confused. I just made it up. Would make sense. .de. 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 Just saying, that's not Austria that's being weird here. Oh, that's... Wait, Bavaria? Why? No, but like what that seems to be verschierte Laber. Verschierte Leibchen. I think that's the same thing. Like that thing, which is just like minced meat and a bunch of stuff, and then is it breaded? I think kind of breaded, but like not quite. Might be a different thing though, but seems to be that. Yeah, we call that verschierte Leibchen, which makes sense because it's like verschiertes, and as in the meat, like what the meat is named, and then like it's Leibchen. Yeah. So much for Bavaria getting it right. That's fair. Frikadelle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's just... Okay. And I don't have as much of a problem with that one. Because, like, at least it's... it's one word. It's not 2, like, neighboring cities having a different word for the same thing. And then saying the one that all of Austria uses and Bavaria is wrong. Like, I think Frikadelle is, like, pretty much all of Germany except Bavaria. So, like, I don't have as much of a problem with that. Because, like, that's just a standalone thing that doesn't refer to something else that it isn't. No? Yeah. I think that... There are many different words for it in Germany. Okay, probably. Okay, then I have a problem with it. Then just call it what it is. Call it a Leiberl made out of Verschiertes. So Verschierte. Just call it what it is. If you can't agree on what to name something, then just take the Austrian word for it and use that. Just works perfectly. Also welcome in MHG. hope you're having a nice carnival if you're in a region that celebrates it, because like that's also like a very regional thing. That's like that's I think like only Cologne does like big carnival thingies. Other than that, I think it's not much of a thing in Germany, is it? Yeah, just as I was like ranting about Vienna before, where I was just completely wrong. Apparently, in Vienna there are like carnival thingies, but I just didn't know. Yeah, I haven't heard the word verschiert in years. My mother used to make a dish called verschierte Leber. Ah, that's fair. Carnival is over. Nope. Today is Faschingsdienstag. That's peak Carnival. Like it is literally today is the day. Today is the peak. Tomorrow is Aschermittwoch. That's when it's over. Today is the peak Carnival day. I'm not like I don't know. It's not my fault if you get it wrong. As I was saying, why is it every time? Peak is Monday. Okay, maybe that's like regional differences. Like Monday is also a thing. Like it's typically the thing is like weekends. There is a lot of things going on because it's the weekend and you don't have to go to work on the next day. Then okay, Rosenmontag. Right, I think for you guys that's even like holiday in like parts of Germany, right? So you don't even have to go to work there. Yeah, I don't think it is in Austria. Like, I think in Austria it's just there's no official holidays in here. Wasn't a fan of that. Fair enough. I don't think I've ever had liver. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah, that's a different thing. But like, yeah, around here I don't think any of the days are holidays. Yeah. But like here it is, on the weekend stuff. You're vegetarian, right? Yes. Yes, I am. Uh so like here we have like on the weekend stuff is happening because you don't have to go to work afterwards. And then I think Monday not as much, and then Tuesday is the big one. Faschingsdienstag, that's like the big one where like all of the things are happening. And then like Wednesday is like Christian thing that says no fun allowed. Pretty much. Friday, you have to go to school the first day on Friday. Why didn't they cancel Friday? Like if you don't have to go to school from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, why not just, stretch that one more day in there? Like that's fucking weird. Because then, Saturday and Sunday is no school anyways. That's weird. I always hated that. Like even if it's just like a holiday is on a Thursday or a Tuesday, and then it's like, you have to go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday no school, and then Friday you have to go to school again. Like why not cancel Friday as well? Like I think they're called Fenstertage in German. What's the English name of that? Is there an English name for that? There has to be. Uh, window days. I don't. Bridge day, right? Wait, that's an Austrian German day as well. Oh yeah, yeah. German is Brückentag, Bridge Day. Okay, that makes more sense. Why is it called Fenstertag? Wait. Yeah, like the Austrian. Okay, Austria might have one word that we do get wrong. Because the day is like a window that's looking out between the other days. Okay, the Germans got Fenstertag, Brückentag right. Yeah. We're just speaking English for the sake of it. This is an English channel. For fuck's sake. We are speaking English here. Chat is in English. Chat is in English, by the way. Singular words and stuff that is hard to translate is okay. But generally, this chat is in English. Everything. Yeah. Also, yeah. Yeah, Germany can have Brückentage. Yeah, I'm not fighting you for that. That one we just get wrong. That makes no sense. Why is it called Window Day? Yeah. I don't even know what that means. Yeah. But yes. That was something else I wanted to say on like the previous thing. Oh yeah, Flickaderle and stuff. Like, yeah, I mean the typical Austrian thing to be would be to take a Semmer. I'm not giving you Brötchen. Brötchen is a stupid name for it. Take a Semmel and put stuff in there, like whatever you can find. Like Leberkässemmer is like the Leberkässemmel is the Austrian German. It's like the Austrian like blue collar lunch. There is okay. You have two of them actually. You have either Leberkässemmer or Schnitzelsemmer. Those are like the two things. Fleischkäse. I almost would agree with you if it wasn't there like something really stupid? Wait, there were like, first of all, Austria is always Leberkäse, even though there's no liver in there. And in German it was like Fleischkäse in general, but if there's actually liver in there, then Leberkäse. Which is okay, I guess. But like usually it's Fleischkäse because nobody puts liver in there because liver sucks. I don't know. Like that's one where I say it's a bit of a draw. Like we have one word, you have two words, but your two words are descriptive and our word is stupid. So I would call that a draw. I would be okay with saying Fleischkäse Semmer. Let's meet in the middle. Frikadellenbrötchen. That would be like verschiert. Okay, that's a different one. Both are top of blue collar worker food, I guess. Yeah. Frikadellenbrötchen isn't as much of a thing around here. Like we just have schnitzel instead. Like I think Frikadellen, like, you know, verschierte Lorbeerbrötchen. I think that is a thing. Wecken nicht Brötchen. Okay, so you see my point, don't you? As I've been saying, Austria, one word, Semmer. Germany, multiple different words, none of them make sense. Austria's right. Easy. Just accept that the Austrians and the Bavarians got it right. Take that word. That's the correct word. Good luck, have fun. That said, I've heard Wecken as well. I think that some people say Wecken, but like Wecken is a different thing. It's not the Semmer. Like Wecken is... It's like small... It's like a generic name for all baked goods. Like if you see some baked goods and you don't know the name for it, but it has cheese on top, you would say Käsewecken. Kind of thing. I think that's the kind of... I think that's kind of how it goes. You just say, like, Wecken is the generic word if you don't know what the actual thing is called. It's not a Semmer. Different things. Also, I do enjoy having an Austrian talking to Germans in English about the German language. Yeah, but like we got it right. That's the difference. It's the same thing. You know, what's What's the government form of North Korea? Of the Democratic Republic of North Korea? What's the government form? Is it democracy in the Democratic Republic of North Korea? Don't think so. Because we English are invaders. Yep, good point. But yeah. So, words mean nothing. Was the DDR democratic? You know, I actually don't know the answer to that one. But I would assume the answer is no. I don't really know it. But it doesn't sound like it. From all I know, like, I didn't learn that much about the DDR in school. But I would assume no. Where there was only one party. Where that sounds like a skill issue. If there's only one party, you can still be democratic, but like, you know, just unopposed, I guess. Yeah, Samuel is the correct word, as I have been saying. Yeah. Also, what just dawned on me is, at some point, I will take a toilet break. That might take a while today. No, yeah, okay. Where were we before? Did we have any other topics lately other than that the Germans don't know their own language? Is that... What was the... Did I do the classic tab and like, we had something we were talking about, but then I abandoned that just to talk shit about the Germans? Is that what happened here? Or did I finish all of the other topics? I'm not sure. Let's talk about the AI bubble that hopefully will burst soon. Hell yeah. I saw a great meme today. Wait, can I... Copy link. I saw a great meme today. Because that shit is so fucking true. The reason why RAM has become 4 times more expensive is that a huge amount of RAM that has not yet been produced was purchased with non-existent money to be installed in GPUs that also have not yet been produced in order to place them in data centers that have not yet been built, powered by infrastructure that may never appear, to satisfy demand that does not actually exist, and to obtain profit that is mathematically impossible. And it is such a good fucking tweet. Oh, because it's like so sad, but it's so true. Yes, hopefully that fucking bubble comes down crashing soon. Like, is there any reason? I read today that Seagate and WD have announced that they are out of HDDs for 2026. How the fuck is that even possible? That's bad news. You remember about the last stream where we were talking about tech, and I was like, oh, I should probably like buy a new hard drive soon. Yeah, that sounds like a bad time to be in that situation. It's not that tragic though. I did find like a terabyte of data that I could, like, you know, a terabyte of storage that I could empty up, because I have like some old Steam backup thingies there that just, you know, take up hundreds of gigabytes and don't even work anymore and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I found a Steam folder that is like non-functional, and yeah, I don't know. I just bought everything and hopefully won't need anything else for years. I hope so for you as well, that like, because it does not seem to be like a good time to buy anything is gonna come anytime soon. Yeah. That said, I did like recently hear on like, okay, that's the classic way that I talk about things. I did hear on LTT, who have read it somewhere, and like I wasn't really paying attention, but like apparently like Windows is walking back a little bit on how much they shove AI in your face on Windows 11, and instead they want to like focus on like things that users need. And I'm like, why did you ever focus on anything else than what the users want? Hmm? Yeah, I think there was like a quote by the CEO of Windows, you know, the not CEO of Windows, because like Windows is Microsoft, but like leader of Windows, something like that. And like I think they tweeted that they want to like focus. I don't think they specifically meant like, or like specifically mentioned like walking back the AI that much, but like it was like, oh, we want to focus more on like what the people actually want, and like we're going in the wrong direction kind of thing. So that has to mean a little less AI, because like that's like the main thing that people don't want. That said, they were still very like, all of the other tweets are very in favor of AI. So like, first of all, take it with a mountain of salt, not just a grain. Mountain of salt, and second of all, yeah. But like, it is a small indication for like a step in the right direction. Either you profit big or you don't sell for big tech companies. There's no between. Yeah. Thought everything is AI, Zoom, Chrome, and even Firefox are being turned into AI browser. Yeah, that's... Firefox really hurts. Could be true, as having AI in marketing for laptops makes them less sellable. Oh, really? Well, who are you at VM 2026? Tuvalu. Yeah. I hope they win it. This could finally mean the death of Firefox. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because Firefox has always been kind of on the edge, where it's like, you know, you are sacrificing some usability by using Firefox. Like, it's 99%, you know, working, but like that 1% is like really annoying stuff. Like 7TV for some reason doesn't... Okay, wait, actually that might be a skill issue. I'm not sure if 7TV general doesn't... I think 7TV in general doesn't work for me. But like that kind of stuff might be a skill issue. And like, there's just small things that for some reason don't work on Firefox, but do work on Chrome. And I think I had like something where I was like posting something to Instagram, and like I tried it on Firefox and then it didn't work, and I tried it in Chrome and then it did work. Small niche cases are just not a thing in Firefox. So like, you are already, you know, you're sacrificing a little bit of usability for like the privacy and I don't know, not feeling like being tracked as much by Google, even though it's probably like a tiny amount. But like, for some small profit, you are sacrificing a little bit of usability. And so if they turn it into an AI browser, and like, you know, oh yeah, that's also a big one, that like Firefox doesn't shove weird things into your face as much as like Google does, like AI. If they do turn it into an AI browser, and they had that thing a while back where they updated their like terms and conditions to like say that they can track you, but like I think that was, you know, blown out of proportion, if I remember right. Like, I think it was a case where it sounded really bad, but if you think like the people who really did a deep dive on it were basically like, okay, that just specifies things that they were able to do beforehand, and like, you know, explicitly mention it instead of implicitly mention it to just to be safe, that kind of thing. I might be wrong there. Definitely do your own research as always. Whatever I say is usually backed by some weird thread on Reddit that some guy made. But like, as far as I'm aware, that thing was like not as big as a deal as it seemed. But like, in general, you know, it indicates a step in the direction that, you know, removes part of the reason why people use Firefox. And then like, if you remove that thing more and more, then giving up that usability does feel like a bad trade. The more and more of the positives you remove, the more the negative, you know, weighs it down. So that's not great. Sometimes a YouTube video will just stop buffering and I have to reload the page in Firefox. Yes, I've had that happen a lot. that Chrome wouldn't do that. Very likely. Since YouTube belongs to Google, I would not be surprised if they purposely made it suck more on other browsers. I'm pretty sure someone has like literally done research on that, and that was what they came up with. I'm pretty sure that YouTube are specifically, slowing down Firefox. I'm pretty sure that is like a proven thing. But I'm, not 100% sure. Don't everything here is hearsay, allegedly, and, don't sue me, Google, and stuff. And I'm pretty sure I saw, like, a Reddit thread and, like, LTT talk about it, that, it is allegedly specifically slowed down on Firefox, even though there's no reason for it. That said, I did... Okay, that has been a couple of years ago, but like even like the worst browser that I've ever used was Edge, but like even when it was already a Chromium browser. So like when it was basically a reskin Chrome, I did once like use Edge for some Edge cases, ironically. And like Edge couldn't even load like videos and streams and stuff properly, so like it just, I don't know, something went wrong there. Like Edge is still the worst browser. Well, or like it was when I last used it for literally anything, and that was a couple of years ago. But still, it felt weird that like even though it's based on Chromium, it would be that bad. For a while now, I also have issues on Twitch sometimes. I still hear the audio, but the picture jumps back to an earlier part of the stream and freezes. I have been having weird things happening on Opera GX, which is like my media browser. But I think that might be a more general browser issue. Okay, this is a thing that probably you will have heard streamers say. Have you heard streamers say, send a chat message because then my view number goes up because Twitch doesn't count inactive viewers or something like that. Something along those lines. Because a lot of streamers do think that that is the case. But I've read a thing on Reddit that was like, basically a book and like very well researched and everything. And like entirely seems plausible. Never heard that? Oh, okay. But the thing basically is, the reason that works, because there has been clips that are going rather viral. That's not a word that I can pronounce. Where it is like, some streamer with like 200 views or something says that, and then their chat spams a lot, and then suddenly the view count jumps to like 300 or something. And so like it seemed like, oh wait, there's merit to this, that they have to send chat messages and then it works. But I've heard it, but I know it is false. Yes. Well, it's not false. It's missing context, because the reason they are not counted as viewers is not actually that they didn't send anything in chat. It is because they weren't focused on the window. Because like browsers do things to like optimize, how many resources they use. They do turn things down in the background when you're like not actively focused on the window for a while. And like especially I've noticed if you have something over the top of the window. Like I've sometimes had like, Opera open there with a stream open, and then like if I open up Spotify on the same screen, like on the top of it, then like the stream will become really laggy or something. Like I've noticed that like especially recently that's gotten weird and like way worse than it has been previously. But basically, if you're not actively in the window, your browser will shut down things to preserve resources, but it will shut down so many things. Like it will shut down things that makes Twitch think that you are no longer a viewer. Like something about the things that it shuts down is apparently something that Twitch uses to like determine whether or not you're viewing the stream. So basically, all you need to do to be counted as a viewer is click back in. And there was also like in that longest thread at the end, they basically said, in theory, you can like go into browser settings and disable something. I'm not sure if it was hardware acceleration, but I don't think it was. There was some setting that you can like change for that not to happen. And they basically said, okay, in theory that is a thing. In practice, no, not a single Twitch viewer will do that. Like if like that is a big ask. If a streamer tells you, okay, go into your browser settings and change that setting so that you count as a viewer, then the reasonable response to that is no. I'm not going to do all of that. Yeah. Especially on Windows. Damn it. Also fake. You also count as active viewer in a maximum number of channels at the same time. Yes, that is also a thing, but like that's, yeah, I think that's less of a big thing. I think they even shrinked it down to like 2 active streams or something by now. Yeah, they have been changing that around a bit. I think at some point it was like 3, and now it might even be just 2 or something. But yeah, that is also a thing. But the bigger thing is just if you have your stream open on the second window, but you're doing something on the first window, on the first screen, stuff like that. So like the window is not in focus, then browser shuts down things in the background and Twitch thinks you're not active anymore. So I think as far as I'm aware, that is like the main issue there. And yeah. I don't know. Complicated issue. Also for it's free, could be. Like it's either 3 or 2. I think the latest number I heard is 2, but like yeah, could as well be free. Could very well be free. Yeah. So that's a weird thing. And yeah, it has been like getting weirder because as I was mentioning, okay, my browser setup is really weird. Basically, my daily driver here is Chrome. I have a different browser that, you know, is living on my second monitor, which is Opera GX, and that's like my media browser for like YouTube, Twitch, basically. So like when I'm doing something on the first window, I click the icon and it starts up on that screen because that's where I want it. Great. Then I have like Firefox as like the streaming browser where like I'm logged in with my stream accounts and like not my personal accounts and anything. Then I have Brave installed if, you know, if I need a, was it VPN? Was Brave the one where I have the VPN, or was it a different one? I think that might have been Opera, the normal Opera, not Opera GX. I don't know. One of them was for VPN, and the other one I've forgotten. Oh yeah, Brave, because I don't know, I wanted to try it for privacy or something for a while. Yeah, I think it was Brave because I wanted to try it for privacy thing. And then the normal Opera one was if I need a VPN. Yeah, so I'm like more or less actively using 5 different browsers. Never used any version of Opera. Fair enough. Like you're not particularly missing much. Like, yeah. Wait, can I go and show you this? Okay, wait, I might just... Oh, well, that's annoying. Okay, I'll show you something. I just made a private window because I don't want to be logged in, even though that's weird. Okay, so basically the main point of Opera GX, like it's just any other Chromium-based browser, and apparently it also has a free VPN. Why do I have a different browser for a VPN? I don't know. I didn't know that this had a free VPN. Anyways, and like the main like difference that I saw that Opera has compared to other browsers is like this sidebar where you can have like Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, other social media where you just click a button and it takes you there, or like opens up your direct messages presumably, or like a music player. But the thing is, that has been broken for a while for me, because if I click the Twitch icon, that is not up to date. Like, it shows me tons of streamers are currently playing World of Warcraft. Like, all of the German streamers are playing World of Warcraft. That is because, like, you know, that this is still an ongoing event, but like, this was at the peak in like January. Like, all of the German streamers were playing World of Warcraft. This thing hasn't been updated since like January or something, and there's no refresh thing. There's no refresh button for this. Oh, there is. Yeah, but if I click the refresh button, it still gives me the same page. This is not up to date. This is the same page as before. These streamers are not live. I don't know. But it is refreshed. Yes, it is refreshed, but it's still showing me the thing. It's still showing me the state from, like, you know, January. If I go, okay, I can show you my Twitch follow list. Yeah, I really need to, like, go through that at some point, because there's so many channels that I've, like, never watched or something. I don't know who half of these people are, and I don't think I've ever seen them. Okay, so here on the left we have Firefox with my actual follow list, and then here we have, you know, Opera with the like built-in Twitch plugin thing, and I will refresh that. So first of all, you see Petemeat is playing World of Warcraft. Petemeat is live, but they're playing Kerbal Space Program. Hand of Blood is playing World of Warcraft. Hand of Blood is not live. Perikayal, on the other hand, is live. Except they're not, according to my Opera thing. I don't know what to tell you. It's just not working. It just stopped working sometime in January and has been annoying ever since. There's a Twitch channel called Twitch. Yes. I think it's for like dev updates and Twitch Rivals things are a separate channel. I don't know. Also, I don't know why I follow that. I don't think I've ever watched it. Yeah, as I was saying, I need to go through my Twitch follows, because like there's so many that I either have never watched or like I don't even know who they are. And so it makes it just unnecessarily hard to find the ones that I actually watch. Oh, then Clancy is on it. Okay, fair enough. That is a reasonable guess for something like that. But yes, as I was saying, I'm using 5 different browsers. 4 of them are powered by Opera. 4 of them are different, powered by Chrome. And they're all different. Like, well, no, most of them feel the same. Like Opera GX and Chrome feels pretty much the same. Brave feels the same. Firefox feels different, because some things just don't work on Firefox because it's not Chromium based. It's, yeah, you know, Firefox is just a little more fiddly. You gotta like figure out how stuff works. Like, I'm pretty sure there is a 7TV plugin, but for some reason it's not working. And yeah, and like niche thingies probably don't work well on Firefox. It's just what I found. So it's weird that they like do things that piss off the user base. I only have better Twitch TV on Firefox. Yeah, I guess that works. I think there is a Firefox plugin for 7TV that presumably works, but I think the one I found and tried was just, yeah, like I tried to install it the way you would install Chrome plugins. Just, you know, go to the store and click install and then that's it. And that didn't work. And I assume, like, if I went to download it and then manually put into the plugin folder, then it probably works. And like, I don't know. Just couldn't be bothered. So that's just something that doesn't work now. Why did my LED just change color? Wait. What? Let me... Okay. Not sure what's going on there. That's kind of unsettling, considering that that is the same type of power plug that where I bought two and the other one blew up. Yeah, I should probably not be using that and buy new ones. Anyways. What stopped working recently is the ability to change the volume of Twitch streams using the mouse wheel. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm so used to that. That's interesting. Yeah, I've never used that. Even have a plugin for YouTube which does the same thing. That's cool. Oh, that also shows like how easily you get used to such things, and then like how much you miss it once it wasn't working. It was a better Twitch TV thing, I believe. Ah, could be. But like, yeah, that is a common thing. Where like, if you're used to control a type of thing a certain way, and then you meet that type of thing somewhere else and it doesn't have those controls, then that's weird. Like, okay, for example, it's called House for YouTube in case you're interested. Thank you. I will probably forget about it, to be honest. I made a mental note to maybe check it out, but I will forget about it. Yes. Yeah, like, for example, if you go and watch, like, let's say a YouTube video, because, like, that's the biggest one, the controls are rather easy. You press spacebar for play pause, you press the arrow keys for, like, you know, go back, skip forward, volume up, volume down. Then there's also J and L for, like, 10 seconds forward and back, and K also for pause in theory. But basically, basic controls for video player. Pause, left, right, up, down. Okay. Up, down, I would say, is like less important. But I've recently like watched something on like the web video player for a TV station. I think it was ZDF. And it was pissing me off so much because pressing spacebar just did whatever you did last. So like I think you could navigate with like left right key, but if you wanted to pause and press spacebar, it would just repeat whatever you did last. And that's not what I meant to, that's not what I want to do. When I press spacebar, I want to pause the video. And like the way to pause the video was just to click the big pause button in the middle of the screen. And like I don't want that. I do not want that. So like it's weird how easy you get used to stuff like that. And like how much you missed it when it's suddenly gone. But I was... Oh, yeah. Another example I can think of right now. When you are in Twitch chat, and that is something I've learned like a year ago or something, like way too late. Did it change color, or was I just imagining that because of how I was moving? I'm worried now. Anyways, so a thing that I learned way too late on Twitch is if you go into Twitch chat and you type double dots and like start typing, for example, KA, and then you will, what will pop up is like a menu of all the emotes, you have access to. Like I never knew that when you do like double dots and write P O Pog, Kipo, like all of the emotes that you have access to. Like not only Twitch global emotes, but like also like emotes of things you're subscribed to. I'm subscribed to so many channels, and I think only one of them is because of me. I don't know where all of these. I don't know where all of my subs are coming from. Yeah. But like I didn't know that until like last year or something, even though I've been watching Twitch for like a decade. Never knew that. And like once I learned that, since then I've been using it all the time. Like literally I will go and like type double dots key A key W. Yeah. Even though I know fully well how to spell the thing. And here's the thing. Because I don't have 7TV working on this chat window, it doesn't show me anything. But like if I pull up this chat window, works. Yeah, so like in any chat where I don't have 7TV installed, I just missed that, and like it's so annoying to like use any chat where I don't have that installed. But yeah, I don't know how I didn't know that. I learned it way too late. I always get confused when I'm using VLC. Oh my god. I hate and I love VLC. I love it because it just can play anything you throw at it. But yeah, the UI could use a tiny little overhaul, and performance-wise, it could also use a big overhaul. Yeah, to play any video, try using JKL, which will not jump ahead or back, but will turn on audio delay in case your video is OS. Yes, I have noticed that as well. I think at some point I changed the keys to do that. The UI has been the same for decades. Yes and no. It could use a little overhaul, like especially for like, you know, arrow keys and JKL, because, you know, on Windows arrow keys are 5 seconds and JKL is 10 seconds of jumps, and like in VLC I think you have the option between 1 second, 3 seconds, and then 20 seconds or some shit like that. I don't know, something like that in the hotkeys, and I think I've set one of them to be arrow keys and the other one to be J and L, and it's, I don't know, it's annoying. Also, whenever I watch like a video in like 2 times speed in VLC, and or like anything else than 100% speed, and do like forward and back, then it will just buffer. But like it will play the audio, but the video will be frozen. So like, why doesn't it wait for the video to also be buffered so that it can show me both? Or like have good enough performance to like immediately show me both. But this is the worst way it could be. So basically you need to go back, hit spacebar to pause, wait a second, and then continue. Why? It's annoying. And the problem is I use it constantly because it can do that. BRB, that is a good point because so am I. I will take a quick break, and this time I will presumably actually need the entirety of the 3 minutes because yeah, you see the problem. BRB. So I'm back already. Uh, wait, I can. This works. That's the button I meant to press. So, the next 5 minutes will be a little less interesting. Oh shit, the legs are that out. Oh. I just thought of some other music that also fit vibe. Almost there. Eh. Oh, how to button the thing? Oh yeah, funny story. Yeah, I can unblur. So, funny story. When I went to like button this up for the first time, like right before stream, I like took the first button and immediately just held it in my hand. Like I didn't particularly like move the button or anything. I literally just grabbed it and like it just had it in my hand. Like there was no force there. It just disintegrated for the hell of it. Ah yes. Anyways, here. Wait, I'm now like thinking of a song. I now have a song stuck in my head. God damn it. Wait, how does it look if I have... What if I do it the other way around? Is that better or worse? I assume it's... Oh wait, that's actually not that bad. I should have had the cable. Like, yeah. Is that better? I think it's better, no? Yeah, the other way is better. The other way is definitely better. Why didn't I try that before? Because like that now shows my face better because headphones. And also it shows the thing better. Like there's no headphones in this way. Oh my god, this is so much better in literally every way. Why did I not think of that before? Okay, I just, for some reason, I just thought of a song and now I've got it stuck in my head and now I want to listen to it. Also, I thought of other songs that are kind of Carneval. Oh, welcome back. So am I. You just missed me, like, painfully, like, putting on the suit. Okay, that. Let's just like add all of the songs from that artist. I would like to do a little bit of gaming on the new PC before going to bed. Oh damn, definitely do that. Yeah. Do you have like your benchmark game? Do you have a game where you're like, okay, on every new PC, I have to play this so that I see like immediately difference? Because I'm like very, you know, familiar with how the game feels. Like when I like very familiar with how the game felt on the old PC. So like if you turn it on onto new PC, you're immediately like, oh, this is the difference. I see like it's looking better there, and it's running better there. Do you have like a benchmark game like that? Because for me, that game used to be Ark Survival Evolved. But like that's quite old by now. Like over a oh god, that's over a decade old. Oh god. Ow. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess my next one would be Cyberpunk, except I haven't played Cyberpunk yet. So it's hard to compare. But if I would have played Cyberpunk, then I would have chosen Cyberpunk for like the comparison to a new PC. Not really, but I did a few comparisons of the FPS I can get now. Nice. Yes, so that's the song that for some reason popped into my head for right now, and I don't know why. Wait, is my phone still connected to that Bluetooth box? No. Okay. I don't have many new games. Which games could I use? I did try Watch Dogs. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's the game I want to play next. Ah, nice. I think I've generally heard positive things about Watch Dogs. I've never played it though. What's Watch Dogs was not the one that is about like hacking everything. What am I thinking of? I think I'm thinking of some Ubisoft game that then got like turned off server side or something. Was that Watch? No. Wait. Ubisoft hacking game. Was that Watch Dogs? It is Watch Dogs. Okay, never mind. Okay, I am thinking of that. Okay, never mind. Which one was then the one that like was turned off by Ubisoft because and like everybody hated that? There are 3 Watch Dogs games? Oh, I thought there was only 2. Can get higher frame rates in 4K on the new one than I got on 1080 on the old one. Damn, that is a flex. The Crew was killed. Yes, I was thinking of The Crew. For some reason, I was thinking The Crew was the one with hacking game, with hacking in it as well. By the psycho, little psycho. My mind. Oh yeah, The Crew is racing. Yeah, that was the one where you can like fluidly swap between all of the vehicles. Like you can go from a car into a plane into whatever. Like just like that, just like you press a button and suddenly you're going from car to plane or something like that. Was that the Crew? I think it was. I think that's what that was. And like they just made a second one and then killed off the first one or something. Like that was the story. I'm not sure. I tried it even though I had it in my library because I got it for free. It is very plausible that that is the same situation for me. I would have to check my Uplay account, but like, who checks the Uplay account? Yeah, we did have a rant about this previously. I think the last time we played Trackmania. Uplay and EA Play are completely useless. Epic Game Store is just there for the free games. Steam is the only one that's relevant. And then there's also like the Fallout, the Bethesda launcher, which is just there so you have an additional button to click after you click play the game on Steam. Yeah. Also got the second one free at some point. Ah, nice. Cool. That's nice. So, also, I just thought of something that I haven't done yet. That I kind of wanted to do. I'm a sucker for Ubisoft open world games. That's fair. They do make some really good ones, but like I never really got into them. But then again, that's like, okay, wait, let me continue the music while I'm talking about that. I think that's just the same issue I have with RPGs in general. I just can't do them. Like I know there's some that I would really enjoy, but that's the thing that I had with The Witcher 3, with Fallout 4, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Same thing every time. I started the game, I really enjoyed the game, I did all of the side quests, I was 10 hours in, I have done one of the main quests, and then I was like, I don't want to spend 1,000 hours on this gameplay, because like this gameplay was like boring side quests. And so instead of just saying, okay, I'm only doing the main quest, I was like stopping to play the game. Because like, you know, playing the main quest feels like I'm missing out on all of the side quests. But like playing all of the side quests is boring. Or like it's not as exciting for me. And like isn't what I'm searching for. So yeah, it just feels weird. So I don't know. I just can't get into that kind of game recently. I don't know, maybe at some point I'll be able to. Played all the classic Assassin's Creed games and every Far Cry except the newest one. Assassin's Creed 1. Two things. I started it like once when I was ill, and so like already not the best experience because I was like really ill and was like, okay, kind of like not quite getting the full experience. And the problem, another problem I had was that every couple of seconds it like freezed for some reason. And like I googled it, and apparently that is because it's a Ubisoft game, so it's constantly checking some server whether or not the copy is legit. Except they turned off the fucking server and didn't update the game. So you're playing, and every 5 seconds or so, your game just freezes for a second because it is pinging the server that doesn't exist anymore. They are still selling that game. Now there is like a mod or something that I then installed that like turns that off. But like, come the fuck on, I paid money for this game. Yeah. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is also like one of those where I'm like, okay, I would probably like really enjoy like the setting and like gameplay loop and everything, but I just didn't get into it. Like I didn't get far enough into the game where it became like where it felt like the setting and like the gameplay loop, and yeah. Like I didn't get far enough into Assassin's Creed for it to feel like Assassin's Creed would probably feel like. Play of the classic Assassin's Creed and every Far Cry except the newest one. Yeah, I've never played a Far Cry, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not that much into the Ubisoft. Okay, I wanted to say I'm not that much into the Ubisoft universe, but like I feel like I'm just not into any like series really. This is all the AC games on my new PC yesterday, and the first one was the only one that had this issue. First one is completely independent from Ubisoft Connect. Yeah, but it's still in the background checking that server. AC2 was first Ubisoft game that required Uplay. I think the new hardware is the issue. No, I'm pretty sure. Wait, you mean that you think that your new PC is the issue in Assassin's Creed 1? No, like, I'm pretty sure it isn't. No, like, I did Google that, and like, that's the answer that I came up with, and their solution on like how to turn off that it pings the server did fix the problem for me. Maybe too many cores for the game to handle. No, I think, like, in theory, that could be a thing, but I'm quite convinced that thread on like, I think it was in the Steam forum thing, I'm quite convinced by them because their solution fixed my game. Like they explained why it's happening, then they offered a solution, and the solution worked. So I feel like there's a good chance that they were right. Yeah. So, what I meant to be doing before I got rambly again, all of the daily games that are music. Done settings, rechecked all, thank you very much. Don't care. So, 1991, 37 million views. That's not a lot for like quite old. And easy. I found an old PC not too long ago. That's why I'm skeptical. Oh, that's weird. Are you sure that not too long ago is actually not too long ago? Or are you thinking of like 2018? Or something like that? Because that happens a lot to me. Yeah. And like maybe that would have been before they turned off the server or something. I don't know. But like, yeah, if that's the case, and if it still works on your first PC, then maybe it's not the issue. Or like maybe it authenticated your PC somehow, and then now the new PC is a different one, so it needs to re-authenticate or something like, I don't know. Something like that could be a reason why it would work on the old PC, but not on the new PC, even though it's the server. I'm just trying to offer an explanation here. why I'm not wrong. But like that could be a thing, that it's a one-time authentication kind of thing, and it just like depends on, like, it detects that it's still the same hardware, and so it's fine. I don't know. Anyways, 1991, not that many YouTube views, but easy. Drums and sound effects, and brass assembly organ is where I should presumably get it. And then the no guitars. I can't think of song. It's the internet connection. It's something I can test very easily. But then again, I'm not sure if like turning off the internet would change it, because then it might still like try to do it even though there's no internet, because it's stupid. I don't know. I'm not sure if that would be definitive truth. Like that would I'm not sure if that would definitely like prove it one way or the other. This is the hint where it should supposedly be getting it. It feels kind of familiar, but I can't figure it out immediately. I'm kinda... Oh no, that's just so wrong. Like, I'm kinda getting vibes in that direction, but like, it's not blinded by the light, but like, I'm kinda getting vibes like that. What the fuck? Do I know this song? I'll revisit it anytime soon. Okay, yeah, then it's fair. And you don't need to care. Might want to start Origins instead. I get bored by the Fudge Dogs. Ah, nice. Origins was the first one that was more like an RPG. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Origins was the one in like Egypt, wasn't it? Like ancient Egypt. Yeah. Right. I got it right. Cool. Is that the voice cover? What the fuck? What the fuck is this song? Wait, is the sound even on? Wait. Yeah, the sound is on. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. I'm too desirable. I give up. I have no clue. Right, said Fred, I'm too sexy. I don't think I've ever heard that song. Anyways, other music quiz. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The price pay. Not true. It's Imagine Dragons. Wait, am I right? That might be a different choir thing. Hey, I might just be wrong. Okay, that's not at all the song I was thinking of. And from the modern time in any Assassin's Creed game, in Syndicate, the oldest in Egypt. Syndicate took place in London. Wait, what? Oh, okay. During the Industrial Revolution. Oldest is in Origins, I mean. Okay. Yeah, I know that there's like some time travel kind of thing going on. Like, it's like... I think the story is like it's all the same guy, but like the consciousness is all like, or like the consciousness is in the bloodline, and like the main guy's bloodline goes back to the guy that assassinated people or something. I don't know. Okay, I don't think it's unholy, but I don't know, maybe that starts like that. What was the other one? Ordinary. That one isn't even in here. I don't think I know the song. Basically, you're a person stuck in a machine that left you relive memories of one of your ancestors. Yeah. Something like that, yeah. I remember that it was something like that. It's really weird, but like, I guess an interesting concept. I don't know that song. Charlie Puth, Some Type of Love. That feels like a bit of a step in the back for me because I have watched quite some of Charlie Puth's short form content because it's like really good. Basically, if you don't know, he does a lot of short form content where he like talks about like how music is made and like, you know, all of the insights, and like really educational, even if you have no clue what's going on, and like super interesting. Can highly recommend checking that out. So it feels like a stab in the back that I didn't know that song. That said, I don't think I know many Charlie Puth songs. Do I know any actually? Ah, see you again. Wait. Oh wait, that's a different thing that I had still in the queue. Whoops, my bad. Uh, wait, that song is featuring Charlie Puth? Damn. Okay, I guess I know one song by him. Did not know that. Interesting. I'll leave you now, play some games. Have fun! Have fun, and let me know how the new PC, like, you know, outperforms the old one. Like, have fun finally breaking in the new PC, I guess. So, so do that. Okay, I did that in the wrong. You see? Yeah, bye, good night. So, why did I start with the 60s? I'm just gonna say Beatles. I don't think it's the Beatles. Ruby Tuesday. What? The Beatles aren't even an option for the 60s? What? Okay, then I don't think I have any chance to get it. Okay, it does kind of feel familiar though. Hmm. It's just the good old enter a word that I heard and hope that it's the title. That's not one of the Beatles as a standalone thing, is it? No. No. None of them had like a voice like this. Could it be George Harrison? I don't think it's George Harrison. Also, I can't even. The Birds, I feel a whole lot better. I don't think I've ever heard that song, but let's move on. 70s. It's kind of giving Visa and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Nah, Red Hot Chili Peppers is a stretch. And Visa is wrong time period, definitely. It can't be any of them. Mm-hmm. Let's listen to the whole thing, but I don't think I know that song. Neil Young, Walk On. Don't know it. I hate it because I was immediately like, I got it, and then I realized that's a German song from like 2010, so it can't be. Fuck. Mm-mm. I don't know, for some reason. For some reason, Aretha Franklin is the name popped into my head. I don't know why. But I have no idea who is singing there. Let's just listen to the whole thing. I don't think I know the song either. Don't know the song. Kelly Marie, Feels Like I'm in Love. Never heard of it. 90s. Slowly going to the decades where I have a chance. But that is kind of the thing that Pink Floyd would have at the start of their songs, but I'm pretty sure Pink Floyd didn't do things in the 90s. I think they were earlier than the 90s. Like, I might be wrong. That's definitely not Pink Floyd. And also, I'm pretty sure I don't know the song. Never heard this song in my life. Michelle Lee, Normalize. Never heard of it. 2000s. So, this is in a language I don't speak, but I'm European. So, it's 2000s. Presumably a song that, you should know you know, if you've lived in the 2000s. So, I immediately was thinking Dragostea din Day. Um, then second, I was thinking Dota, like the Swedish one about Dota, but I know that one rather well, so I don't think it's that one. There is some talking at the beginning of that one. Fuck, what were they called? Ozone? No. Uh, let's try Dota. uh, nope, it's neither of them. Okay, never mind. It did say Dota though. That rings a bell, but it's neither of those two that I think. Don't know it. Missy, Misdemeanor, Elliot, Get Your Freak On. Don't think I've ever heard that. Oh, wait. That's definitely one I've heard before. But I don't know if I know either the artist or like what it's called. I do know the song though. That's not Bruno Mars in the background, is it? Like it would be something featuring. It's not Uptown Funk though. Lighters. Excuse me. I don't think it's Bruno Mars. I don't think it's Bruno Mars in the background. Even though at the beginning it sounds very much like him, but like that's because it was pitched down and stuff. I don't know what the song is called. Something with Your Love in the title. I Need Your Love. Higher Love. Okay. At least one that I knew, like that I've heard of before. So let's start with pop. Okay, not available. Soft rock. Now I feel a bit scammed here. Because the first second is literally nothing. Like, cut that out. I don't think I know the song. But I like the mechanic that you can press skip. Is that George Harrison? I don't think so. I'm just always thinking the Beatles when it's something like that. It doesn't sound like George Harrison, but I don't know. Can't smile without you. I could have just done the good old, you know, take the word I heard and then hope it's a title thing. That would have worked. Anyways, rock. Woohoo. Oh fuck, do I remember how to play it? No. Okay, that's gonna annoy me more than not getting that one. I think it was like this, no? Okay, it might not be the right key. Also, I don't know how much this gets filled out. Wait, let me turn off the fillers. And then hit play it again and try to match it. I think that might be the key. What the fuck? Is it that one? that's too deep. What the hell? Okay, wait. Let me... I need to look this up now, because that's a skill issue. Which key is it in? Like, I think I've figured out all but the first chord. Like, what's the root? That's not how it's... okay, it's just played super high, so super hard to play. Well, not hard to play, but like super terrible on an acoustic. Oh god. Is that? Wait. That is the highest one. Oh my fucking god. This is terrible. I like my version better. No. Never mind. So, close that. Yeah, got that instantly. So, next one. Oh no, wait, not emo and pop punk. That needs to be lost. So, metal. That's probably like Sabaton or something in that area. I don't think it is Sabaton. Yeah, the website doesn't. So it's also not Parkway Drive. It's something like that. So do we have to announce that you have finished the bingo? Have I? Well, yes. If I have finished the bingo, then please do announce it and tell me like which one. Cross out the invisible number 2. That's hilarious. Wait, what was it like exactly? Also, let me... Top versus costume on stream. Hey! Okay, I won't do the Photoshop thing right now, but basically, amazing. So we got the get invited to collab, we already crossed off, and secret number 2 now, which are not in the same row or anything, but we've got 2 things of the bingo. Tab versus costume on stream. Amazing. Also, I feel like we could have crossed that off earlier, like in the thing about the like drug dealer game, where I was like wearing like the shirt and like hat and everything. I feel like that counts as costume. Anyways, nice, we got this. Bingo is coming along nicely. 2 out of 25 in only 1.5 months. Amazing. Anyways, that was... First of all, it's very loud. Wait, how loud is it for you guys? Not terrible. For me, it's worse. It does kind of give the vibes of like Sabaton-ish, but like it's not. Sounds like Brothers of Metal. It's not in there, so it's not that. But like it very much sounds like, you know, that kind of metal. I don't know what you want to call it. Is it power metal? It's something like that. It does very much sound like that kind of genre. I don't know though. It does give Sabaton so much. It's not Powerwolf, but I will... Okay, it's not in there either. Wait, I'm on a Marv? Wait, that's not what they're called, is it? Is that what they're... it is. Okay. But they're not in there. I don't know who else does that. Nothing with... I don't think it's In Flames. I don't know, maybe Blind Guardian? I don't know. Ah, fuck. Pressed the button too late. I have no clue. The Deathless Sun Behemoth. I've heard of them before. No clue. Anyways, and for the final one, the only important one. Foxtrot, Uniform, Charlie, Kilo. That is such a banger song, by the way. It's so hilarious. Like, it is... First of all, Bloodhound Gang is just great all around, but like... This song in particular is just such a fucking meme. Because if you listen to the lyrics, it's all synonyms for fucking. And the title is literally Foxtrot, Uniform, Charlie, Kilo. It's literally the phonetic alphabet for fucking. Or like for fuck. It's such a banger song. Amazing. And I got it in the first second. Easy. So, yeah. So, that's it. I think I will call it a day here. Because I need to study for a test. And when I go offline now, what I will definitely do is studying for the test. We all know how that works. Especially if you follow me on Instagram. You know how well this works. Oh yeah, also, if you follow me on Instagram, this was the thing that was packaged suspiciously. And like, for some reason, the entire package was gray. And I was like, okay, I guess it's like a plastic thing. And then like inside there's like another gray bag. And then there's the costume. But like, no, it's just, for some reason, these small gray parts somehow were around all of it. I don't know how that like topologically works, but like that, yeah. So like this was the suspiciously packaged thing that I got yesterday. Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, I will update you later on Instagram stories on what I have been doing instead of studying. Yeah, it's not looking great. Anyways, as always. Yeah. Anyways, have a nice Faschingsdienstag or Carneval or whatever you want to call it, everybody. Yeah. As always, thank you very much for watching. Press all of the buttons you haven't pressed yet. I feel like that just is a short form of all of it. Just like follow and like subscribe. That's just a short form. Just press all of the buttons that you find. All of them. Ideally not the... Well, it doesn't matter if you press the power button now because I'm going offline. Just press all of the buttons you haven't pressed yet. That's the new thing. Hell yeah. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. The next stream... Oh, next stream will be on Saturday. Because... There is a special occasion for Saturday. There is something special on Saturday. I must just say it's the kind of thing like today where like there's something special about the day and like not about what we're doing there. Well, there is a little bit. Okay, it will be a very yappy stream. I can guarantee that. Um. Oh, okay, nice. That was indeed a button that you haven't pressed. Thanks for the LED effect redeem, Shaggy. Nice. Yeah. So, Special Saturday will actually have something special this week, just coincidentally. Yeah, it has something today with to do with the day. I will not tell you exactly what it is. You will have to be there to find out. Date, hell yeah. Yeah, but yes, it is kind of technically a very special day, and I will minimally prepare something. Saturday's TBS day. Not for me. Yeah. Anyways, yes, and after that I'll probably take a stream break until like the Saturday after that, because like there's tests that I have to take coming up. That yeah, that I'm like I made a study plan, and I was on the first day behind 2 days. I don't know how that works, but it just happens every time. Yeah. Yeah. I adjust the study day every day, and it's looking worse every day. We went from this is very reasonable to this is okay to, or like we went from this is very relaxed to this is very reasonable to this is okay to this is getting kind of hard to oh my fucking god. This is where we are, and it's getting worse. I have a study plan for my defense. I have not started. I have started. I'm like 6 chapters deep into a 19 chapter thing. Yeah, but like if I want to have time to repeat anything, then I have to do like 4 chapters a day. Now, 4 chapters a day is a lot, because like each chapter takes like 2 hours or something at least. So like 8 hours a day sounds like not too much, but if you're as good at procrastinating as I am, then that is a lot. Or you could watch my Elden Ring stream. Should I play? Yes. Do let me know, then I will do that. Wait, are you live now? I will raid you. Also, if you're not live, I can still raid you. Fuck you. You're getting raided. Yeah. Fuck you, I'm raiding you. GG's. So, anyways, as always, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice rest of your Faschingsdienstag. Have a nice day, and like good night, everyone. And as always, tab out. I was not at the button as always. Ah, that's the correct button. So,